So remixing for me, it's something I really enjoy doing. It's something I do quite a lot of compared with some other artists. I know some artists that actually hate remixing. They might do one a year if it's a high profile thing, but they kind of shy away from it, keep away from remixes. But yeah, remixing is one of the things I'm quite passionate about. And also I believe it's becoming a bit of a lost art in dance music or in techno. When I was starting off buying music, you'd get these like remix packages of artists like, I know someone like Bjork, and there'd be 10 remixes and they would cover everything from, you know, techno, house, drum and bass, these kind of cross-genre remix packages. And I always find them fascinating. Or I used to like the US house singles that would have the original mix, a radio mix, an a cappella, a sort of dub mix with just a little bit of the hook in it, and maybe a sort of drum track that would have just the drums, and when I was playing vinyl, these were amazing mixing tools. So I've always been into the idea of remixing and recontextualizing a track that I really believe in. So my approach to remixing is I try and look for something in the track that I can use that will fit into what I do. And like the stronger the original track and the stronger the elements that I am attracted to in it, the better the remix I will do. You know, some remixes I've done that looking back on them, I think, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done it, and they're not my strongest work. And that's because, you know, there wasn't even, I might have thought initially, but there wasn't actually a connection between me and an element of the track. So like the remixes I've done that have turned out really well, like I remixed Universe of 90s Techno Parties by Aerod, Daniel Avery's Reception, Sissel and Bass by Peter Manafeld and Cecil Vincent. These tracks, like the second I heard them, I heard exactly what I wanted to use from them, but I also heard what I needed to do to the track to make it work in my sets. You know, everything I do is generally aimed for my DJ sets. It's nice if other people play my music, it's nice if people buy it or support it, but I'm making tracks for my sets. That's really my first priority, and the second priority would be something for Perctrax. So like, yeah, we're remixing, say like with Daniel Avery's Reception, it was quite a slow track, but it had the bass line that I really liked, and I liked the sort of the groove of the bass line and the melody. The sound wasn't quite right for me. So I took the track, I sped it up to a tempo that worked for me. I changed the drums to be something that fitted more into sort of Perctrax mold, and then I sort of roughed up the bass line and the arrangement. So I knew exactly what I wanted to do before I even started it, and then I just sort of got on with it, and because of that, it turned out really good in my opinion. Same with, you know, Sissel and Bass by Peter Manafeld and Cecil Vincent. I heard the track, I loved the vocal, I loved the main riff. The arrangement was cool, but it wasn't the right arrangement for how I DJ. So I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and I did it. When taking on remixes, I guess, yeah, there's got to be a connection there. That's the right for me, that's the right reason to remix. When you feel you can add something creatively to a track without just completely destroying it. If you're just agreeing to a remix because either you want to get paid, which is totally fine, and, you know, especially in the pandemic, I understand everyone, including myself, we all have had like financial pressures. So yeah, but if you can't add something creatively to a track and you're just doing it because you want to be associated with that artist, with that label, or you just want another track to talk about on Instagram or another bit of sort of content in your career, then I think that's kind of the wrong reason for doing something. I like to hear remixes that take the track and really mold it into something else, but keep identifiable elements from the original track. If you're just, say you got something with a full vocal, verse, chorus, vocal, and you remix that and you just include like one tiny syllable of the vocal and you just use that like occasionally, or in the breakdown you've got one word of the vocal with a bunch of reverb on it and the rest of the track is your own, I kind of think you're missing the point, and another artist would have made a better go of it. And it's not that the track's bad, but I think as a sort of creative assignment or as a remix, I think it kind of fails. So I'm really kind of picky about remixes and how people approach them. And also with Perctrax, yeah, I commission some remixes. Some years there's more than others, but yeah, I like, you know, the remixes on Perctrax are something that I will often reject or ask for changes and kind of try and get, just so they're respectful to the original, but also showcase the artist that's doing the remix himself. So yeah, it's they're something I do feel very strongly about, and they're something I really enjoy doing. And sometimes, as I said, sometimes I do too many, I think. But as creative exercises and as learning processes, I always find them really worth doing.